the Packers played the Titans on Sunday Night Football in what I thought was going to be a great game. I thought the Titans were going to be able to keep up with the Packers. I thought Derrick Henry was going to be able to run. The conditions kind of set it up like that. Pre-game, I was watching the snowstorms. I was watching all the broadcasts, and it was snowing pretty hard. I thought it was going to be hard for Aaron Rodgers to throw the football. I thought it was going to be a running type of game. I was like, oh, this sets up perfectly for the Titans. They're going to be able to run Derrick Henry down the middle. We're really going to see how the Packers defense has improved from last year. Because if you guys don't remember, they got destroyed by the Niners because they couldn't stop those runs down the middle to the side. They just couldn't stop the run. That was their main weakness. That's why they got ran out of town by the Niners in the playoffs last year. And I was intrigued to see if the Packers were for real, if their defense has really improved. The rushing leader was coming into Lambeau, hunting for 2,000 yards. You know, in the MVP conversation during snowy conditions, I was like, all right, this sets up perfectly for the Titans. It's going to be a run game. Williams was out for the Packers. Jones had a injury coming into the game. We really hadn't seen a lot of A.J. Dillon. So I was like, all right, the Titans have a chance. Even though I rate Aaron Rodgers way higher than Tannehill. Tannehill has had a good season, so I was like, all right, the weather is definitely going to help the Titans, in my opinion. But I forgot that the Packers are used to this. That's their home field. This is December. They're more experienced, and they showed up, and they dominated the Titans. The Titans looked weak. Tannehill threw 2 interceptions that were pretty bad decisions. Should have never thrown that ball, but he was pressing. He knew he had to keep up with Aaron Rodgers, and that defense is just abysmal. The Titans, I've lost hope on the Titans making it to the Super Bowl or even deep playoff run. That defense is atrocious. They can't get pressure on the quarterback. There's no way they go anywhere with that defense. You can't not pressure the quarterback and expect to make a deep run. They're even in the telecast. They were saying that the Packers were running plays that they normally don't call, that they normally wouldn't use, just because they knew they were going to have extra time. And it showed. Rodgers had all day, and if you give Rodgers that much time with Davante Adams on the right or anywhere where they line them up anywhere, but if you have Davante Adams and Aaron Rodgers and you give them 6 seconds to throw, it's your barbecue chicken. You have no chance of stopping that. They are, in my opinion, the best wide receiver to QB connection in the NFL, ahead of Mahomes and Tyreek, ahead of whoever you want to put, Hopkins and Murray, Julio Jones and Matt Ryan, whoever you want to put. I think Rodgers and Davante Adams are just on a different level. He missed a lot of games, and he's leading the NFL in receiving touchdowns. He put up 11 catches, 142 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Just on Sunday Night Football, just an amazing performance on primetime, national audience. They showed up, and then now they have a running game to go with this, so the Packers are looking very scary. Like I said, Williams didn't play yesterday. Aaron Jones looked like they were kind of not running him as much because I believe he had a toe issue going into the game. So they ran Dillon. He had 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards. Dillon and Jones combined for 218 yards rushing. Rodgers had 4 touchdowns passing. He didn't even break the 300 passing mark. That's how you know they were beasting. If Rodgers doesn't have to go for over 300 yards, he throws for 4 touchdowns, and they destroy what they were 10-4 coming into the game. They destroy a 10-4 team, 40-14. They held Derrick Henry to 98 yards. Just impressive all around game by the Packers. It looks like they should be able to keep that number 1 spot. I know the Bears are fighting for that playoff position on week 17, but the Packers have it pretty simple. They win in week 17, and they have the number 1 seed. They get the first round bye, and anybody that wants to go to the Super Bowl in the NFC has to go to Lambeau, has to go to the frozen tundra. I think they take care of business on week 17, and I think they should be one of the favorites, or maybe the favorite for the NFC to make it to the Super Bowl. I know the Seahawks are rounding up into form. The Saints are going to be in trouble with Kamara and Michael Thomas. But the Packers, if you have to go to Lambeau, if you're a dome team like the Saints, or you're West, or like you're Seattle, or you're not really used to snow, and you have to go to the Packers Stadium to Lambeau. That's gonna be rough. And now that defense looks like they're starting to be legit, especially when they're up. If the Packers take a somewhat big lead on you, it's trouble. Jair Alexander, he's a beast. He was locking down AJ Brown, Davis, anybody that they put Jair Alexander on. He was dominant last night. Just all around, I'm very impressed by the Packers. I like what I'm seeing from them, and Sunday Night Football just proved it even more. I really see the Packers going deep. They just need to win 2 games to go to the Super Bowl. This might be the year the Packers return to the Super Bowl. I would not be surprised. And I will say that Rodgers deserves the MVP. Mahomes has kind of been struggling the last two weeks, and Rodgers has been balling. So I think because of that, I think he finishes the season off with a strong showing against the Bears, cements himself as the MVP. He'll be a 3-time MVP by then, and he might be on his way to the Super Bowl. So just an overall great season by the Packers. If there's cheeseheads listening to this, shout out to you guys. The Packers look strong. The Packers look dominant. The Packers look like they're going to have a deep playoff run, and I'm excited to see how it plays out. But overall, just dominant performance by the Packers on Sunday Night Football, and Aaron Rodgers for MVP.